Hi ladies, hi gentlemen, and welcome to another In the Shack. But tonight we're in the workshop. We're in the workshop tonight. Let me just get this sorted out. Just get this sorted out for us. Right. Right, well, we just want to get this sorted out because we're on the wrong thing. That's the one we want. There we go. Should be it. We are working. No, yeah, sorry I'm a bit late guys, I'm a couple of minutes late because I had to sort out some stuff. I had to just turn the soldering iron on in case we need that. I had to sort out some stuff before coming on, and I need to get the bench quickly sorted out so that we can do what we're going to do on the bench. So we can look at what we want to look at on the bench. Anyway, while we all get settled in and acquainted and sorted out, just let me go. Right. Just let me, that's tomorrow's project, dance set amp. Might even be Monday's. There we go. We want bench free, which is wood camera free, which is that one. So what we need to do is move this lot out of the way. Ow, the soldering iron just burnt me. Right, let's move this out of the way because this is I've ordered parts for this. So we're not going to do that with that tonight because we're waiting on lasers. We've ordered a new set of lasers for this. Love changes everything. Dee 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 dee. Leave the power lead in it. There we go. Yeah, because I bought some lasers for this, guys. Pardon me. Oh, and they turned out to be fake. Would you Adam and Eve it, eh? Fake fucking lasers. We need the test set on, so we need to get that warmed up. There we go. The power supply. There we go. Now where's the screws that came out of this karaoke machine? Where's the screws that came out of this karaoke machine? There they are. There they are. And there's the other two. There we go. And what I'll do, I'll put that up on the top there for now. Right. So what we're doing tonight, guys, we are going to look at, clear the bench, there we go. We're going to look at these two little fellas. Right. We're going to look at these two little fellas. This one is a TRC 1007 4 watt 40 channel Citizens Band FM transceiver. And believe it or not, guys, believe it or not, it actually, believe it or not, it actually does nearly 4 watts because I checked these yesterday. But we need to replace the aerial on this one for that reason. I mean, I'd love to know how you can get in these to repair them, but you can't. So we're going to change the aerial in this one, and we also want to replace some capacitors. So that's that one. this one had a load of dead batteries in as well. So this one had a load of dead batteries, and all the battery compartment is corroded. So we may have to do something about replacing them. Do something with it. See what we can do about that. This one, on the other hand, does it have the same PTT as that? Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's just like not a proper button anymore. And this one is a TRC 1010, and this is a mid-band. This is a mid-band FM. It's 40 channel Citizens band transceiver, and it's SEPT SEPT 27 PR27 GB. So that was when they brought that standard out. They gave us these. So that's what we ended up with. So what we'll do, we'll plug. We need to plug camera 3 in, camera 4 in, because we're going to be needing that for the test set. So we need camera 4, and I think that's the plug for camera 4. Yeah, Enviro. It's a JVC camera. There we go. We're on. Set time and date. No. I'll just put no. Right, so we're set up on there now. Let's see who we got, how many we got in. Who's in and who's not. We've got 2 in. Are you going to say hello? Come on, guys. Say hello to me. So what we'll do, yeah, these are pretty good. They've both got extension sockets for extension mic ports on them as well. So what we'll do, we'll see. Right, well we're on. Well, at the moment we're set up for. Let's get the power supply lead. Let's plug this in. Move that out of the way. There you go. Right, plug the test set in. Right, test set. There we go. There you go. That's the test set plugged in. Turn this on. Oh, we're not fully plugged in, are we? Because where's our externals, our test set speaker? We need to plug our instrument speaker in. There you go. Right. There we go. Right. So now we'll turn this on. Right, we are receiving a signal. We'll do something. Well, we were. Right, so it's channel 20. Oh, hang on, let's go to receive. There you go. Yeah, that's we're receiving at 121 minus 121 for 2.6 cyanide decibel cyanide. So see what we get for 12 decibel. Right, let's go for that. So for 12 decimal we're actually getting 100 minus 101 minus 111 dB, right, for 12 decibel for 12 dB cyanide. So I think that's okay. And let's have a look at right, we're getting 4 lights. I think there's only 4 lights on it anyway. So we're going to say that's right, because we don't know how, we don't know. So what we'll do now, we'll go to transmit, and we'll go to the big screen on transmit, so you can see the power. There you go. Let's go to camera number 3. Where's my remote? There it is. Go to camera number 4, sorry. There we go. And we're on the test set. I presume you can all see the test set. So if I key this up, it should tell us how much power it's doing. It is on high power. I'm gonna press the wrong button. There we go. So we're 3.46 watts on high power. If we go to low power, that's 726 milliwatts. Now let's have a look at the frequency. Let's go to there, and we'll see what the frequency is. Just turn that down. See what the frequency is. 27,205. Yeah, it's dead on. And the deviation, that's a bit over. It's a bit over the top, that, guys. That needs to come down a bit, because that's a bit loud. That's a bit loud. And does the light work? The battery light? Yeah, the battery light works. And does the TX work? Yeah. TX RF out. It's showing a full bar. I don't know whether that can be adjusted. But that one's working. That one's working. So that one's working. Right, so we've got it in the external socket, haven't we? So we know we have to adjust, at least we have to adjust the deviation on this one. So that one we need to adjust the deviation. But other than that, that's working. That's actually working. You could use that straight away. We've only got 2 people in tonight. If that doesn't improve, we'll be going very shortly. Come on, guys, where are you? Right. You know, plug this one into here. Plug the radio into the test set, into the instrument, into the aerial. This comes on channel 9, which is stupid. Yeah, because that was on. Yeah, it comes on channel 9. Stupid. Which means every time I turn it off, I've got to turn the fucking channel knob. Right, let's have a look at what we're getting on receive on this. We need to change the frequency. So we'll come back to camera 3 in a minute. I'll just input the frequency, guys. So we want 27.125. That 2's a bit dicky, but it gets there. Right, so let's see where we're at. Right, well, we're receiving 10.6 dB, 7 point, that's pretty poor. Could be dirty, yeah. Let's spray the aerial socket. Could be dirty aerial socket even. There we go. Right, that's still the same. So it's a bit crap, that, to be honest. Yeah, we've got a problem there. Could be the speaker. Yeah, but there we go. Right, we've got an issue. Right, we've got nothing there now. So let's go to transmit, see how low we can hit it first. So let's come down. I got up from the wrong way. Right, 112 dB, but that's way off. That's no good. Yeah, that's terrible, that. Picking something else up there as well. We're actually picking up CB27, picking up CB radio on it, yeah. I bet that's 19, let's come down a bit. Yeah, it says that's 19, that. Yeah, we're actually getting over mod on our test set from people on fucking channel 19. Would you believe that? That's fucking bad, that, isn't it? Yeah. Getting over mod on our test set from channel 19. Hey, we've got a few people come in. It's using. Would you believe that, eh? Shows how much power they must be putting out. Hello Jason, hello Paul, hello Mark, Bernie and everybody. Hello Clarence, Martin. Yeah, I hope the recovery is going well, Paul. Yeah, we've got 6 in now. Yeah, still weak. Yeah, still weak. Yeah, good to hear. Recovery is ongoing. Evening, Andy. Good evening. Yeah, that shows how much power they're putting out, doesn't it? If I'm picking them up on my test set. Anyway, put us back on channel 20. Right. So, we know the receiver on this. We know the volume's a bit icky. So let's go to transmit. We already are. And let's have a look at the transmitter. So we're on high power, we should be, yes we are. So what we'll do, we'll go to, first of all look at the frequency. It's 2779107, so it's in spec but it's a bit out. Look at the deviation while we're here. Hello. Yeah, it's a bit high, it needs coming down. Just only a bit. Right. It's about fucking, it's a bit higher. But then again, having said that, it's a walkie-talkie, and you're going to be moving it about, so it's probably not bad. Right. Should we have a look at the power? 3.6 watts, that's not bad considering it's 4 watts. Let's have a look at low power. 58 milliwatts. Call it 258 milliwatts. Right, so let's come back to, let's get the power and everything off this. And what we can do, we can move all that a minute. Come back to camera 3 and we can have a look at this one first. Because this is the one that's in the most, this is the one that's most needy. I don't know where's me twiddlers? There's one of them. There's the rest of them. Right. Screwdriver. How do we get into this? Well, we can start by taking him out. Little screw there. Doesn't fucking fit that screwdriver. You would have thought, well, would you believe it? Let's try this one. I think that's got it out. Just turn. Yeah. Yeah, I think it does. Let's try, because that's a different side again. Well, that might be for the aerial, to be honest. Right, so what we'll do, we'll get the... Let's see if we can take the back off. Screws could even be fucking rotted. Right. There's one, we'll clean the tops of those. There's one we've got out. That one. It's going to require quite a bit of work, this one. Right. Right, pliers. Just hook that screwdriver out, hook that screw out. Right. There you go. They can be cleaned. I'll get some white vinegar. Right. Right, so there's... Right. So, disconnect the speaker. Disconnect the speaker. And the mic. Disconnect the mic. There you go. Put that there. Now we can look at this and see what needs to be done. There's our audio output chip down there. What I want to do, guys, I need to get into this to look at the aerial. So I really like this. See, that's why that won't come off, because it's broken. That's why that won't come off, because it's broken. So let's see if we can get it out. We might be able to repair it. Okay, now it won't come out because it's broken. So we need to see if we can get that to come out. No, because we need that out to get the board out. So that has to come out to get the board out, and it's broken on the inside there, and that's going to be tough. We're not going to be able to put that back in anyway. So don't think we'll be able to put that back in. Right. Where's me pipe, dogs? Let's get me dogs. See if we can get this out. Might not be able to do it with a pair of pipe dogs, but we'll try. Won't fucking stay in one place when I'm trying to do it. Where's the pliers? gonna take some fucking doing this. There you go, I think we've got it. We're turning. Got it, guys. Let's see what we can do about that. Probably not a fucking great deal, but we'll see. Right, we want to look at what's actually in it and what holds everything in. Right, we can take this screw here out. That's out. That should give us the aerial. It doesn't. Knobs have to come off on this. Get me dogs. There we go. Next one. Fucking hell. They're off anyway. Right. So. We're not going to adjust anything because we don't know what anything does at this point, but we will know, we'll soon figure it out. So and I think that plugs onto there. Is there a screw under this? They hit a screw under there? No, they haven't. Does this unplug? It looks like this unit unplugs. It does. That unplugs. And that gives us access to another screw under here. It's got a pretty bad head on it, but we'll soon sort that out. It's just a standard screw. We can give it a place or clean it. Make sure there's not one in the middle. Right, there's our adjustment point for our frequency. That's how the frequency is adjusted. Lift this up so we can get the. Yes, it would be, wouldn't it? It's one of them, innit, where I'm hoping that this will all slide out. It looks like it's slid in, so I'm hoping that this will slide out. That looks like it should slide out, but doesn't look it. I think it's glued in, that, to be honest. Looks like it was slid in by the manufacturer, but then glued. Yeah, so right. But we want to get under there, don't we, to change the aerial. Unless we can pull the aerial out. I mean, the aerial's undone, but it won't come out. So we're going to have to undo them 3 nuts there. They're going to be a bastard, they always are. And that fucker there. So we need to just See, we're not going to do both these radios tonight, that's obvious. Now, let's see if we can undo this one. Nope. There's a special tool for doing these, and I don't have one. Anyway, let's work on let's get the nuts out first. That one should just turn now with the screwdriver. Work on getting the nuts off. Let's take that off. That's one out with its washer. Go for the next one. There you go, that's undone. Oh. I've had trouble, guys. That's loose, that. That's loose. I don't think I have to take them off. I wonder if this will come out. That's loose. That's not soldered to the board. I thought they were all soldered to the board. I don't think I have to. Man, the headphone one, I think I do. Might not even have to take that off. Let's see if we can start by let's get that on the edge of that. Doesn't help having that on the fucking bottom of it. Right. See if there's any more screws anywhere I've missed. Can't see any. Can't see any, guys. Can't see any screws I've missed. So, no, it looks all okay. Oh, hang on. Yeah. There's one. Right. Right, so we need to get this out. Right, so somewhat moved there. We've got something in there. We don't want to break anything. Can't see any screws, there's nothing down there. Right, there's nothing down there. So this should, hang on, this should come out. Right, so that's the top up. Now, what have we got there? I think we might have to take that headphone jack out. That's going to take some doing, in it. You can't get it out. I don't think the headphone jack is actually soldered in. It's not part of the main board. Right, so there we go. See if we can just the main mic, the external mic jack is not part of it. Let's see if we can get the screwdriver. Yeah, I think that there's your channel changer. That's coming out. But I think they're trying to look down there. Right, you've got the PTT button there. Right. This needs to come out, this, guys. Yeah, there's corrosion down there. Corrosion city down there, guys, that needs to come out. It needs to come out. This is coming. I mean, I wonder if it's I can't see where the external speaker connection is. I think it's. I'm going to try and get that out. I'm not going to be able to do it unless I get that out. Let's try this drill piece. See if this is thin enough to just get on the edge of it there. Nope. That is fucking tight, guys. That is not going to come out. You need a special tool to do them and I haven't got it. See, normally you can just get a pliers or something on them, but this is a bit narrower, you can't do it. After, I think the problem is that no, it's not gonna fucking do it, that, guys. Just try and hold it there. No, it's not going to come out, that ain't going to come out. But that being said, I don't think that's fucking part of it in there anyway. Oh, there we go. Oh, we can get. Now we can get into things. Let's push that back down. Yeah. The back pulls off. We'll push that back into place. There you go. Right, we can get into there now. Right, so the aerial is here. There you go. There's the aerial. Now the one we want to replace it with is this one. It should be about the same length. It's a little bit shorter. Sorry, the one we're using is a little bit, the one we want to use is a little bit longer. But it looks like the same thickness. Let's get this off the back here. So we can work on this now without taking the board out. I didn't realise the back came off. I've never done one before, guys. So I didn't realise that. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. We've got to clean the battery contacts up anyway, so I don't know what to do. There we go. That's the aerial. It's a shame, really. And I think they are about the same thickness. Yeah, I think that one's a bit thicker. It's the screw thicker. Fucking would be, wouldn't it? You couldn't. You know, to find a fucking screw that's a bit thicker. That'll go through that. Might have to make that a bit wider. I don't think that might be a bit wider anyway. So we're going to have to find a screw to fit that. Shouldn't be a problem. We should have screws that'll fit these. Don't know where the original screw for this one went actually. But yeah, we're not worried about that for now. It's a shame we can't get into these and take them apart and work on them, but you can't. So put that there for now. So what we'll do now, guys, what we can do now, we can see if our speaker's faulty. I think we had some corrosion somewhere, didn't we? Yeah, up here. Looks a bit like Corrosion City up here. So, and there's a bit of corrosion down. Yes, a bit of corrosion down here. It all needs a good cleaning. Well, let's plug it back in and we'll plug the external speaker into it. Because it could be the internal speaker that's causing that problem. But that wouldn't be unheard of. There we go. Right, so plug. Oh, come here. Come here. Plug in our external speaker. See, I need to download the manual, so we can't make any adjustments until I do that as well, because oh, hang on. So it says it's the speaker that's the problem. Yeah. Right, where's the... So we need to clean the controls. What we'll do while we're here, guys, while we're here, we'll pop it on frequency. Right, what we'll do while we're here, we'll pop it on frequency. Because I know the... Right, what are we on? Right, we want channel 20, don't we? We're not going to know that, are we, without the display being on? And I can't understand why. That gone on? Fucking no. No, it hasn't. It hasn't. Get it here. There we go. I'm going to have to pull this off with it running. I'm going to have to take this out with it on. There you go. Right, let's find my little... Where are you, you little trimmer? Right, what size do we want? We want... Will that one fit it? Yeah, it will. So, let's go back to camera 3. So we're going to adjust a little trimmer here, which is right next to the reference crystal. The 10.24 reference. So we need the... Where's the remote control? Right, so let's get the remote control. Let's go to camera 4. There you go. Right, so you should be able to see that, guys. If I blip the mic, we're transmitting, we're on milliwatts, but we're 27,79107. We want to be 125 if we can get it. Right, 127, that'll do. 126, 127. 27, 79, 126. That will do us. That is our radio on frequency. Right. We can't do any of the others here because we can do that one there, I think, because that's just a high power. So let's see. Alright, so let's put it on high power. I think that's your power there. Yeah. Let's put this on the main. There we go, so we can see the power being adjusted. So I think this is our driver adjuster. That's peaked anyway. Now this next one. That's good enough. I mean, you've got to remember they will drop slightly. That's okay. Change hands because I'm over this side. It's okay. That's about it. That's about as far as I can go on the transmitter. But what you've got to remember, 3.9. see, let's go over this one again. There we go. That's okay. There we go. And that one. That's the main power. There you go, just under 4. That'll do. Right, so let's go back to, go over to receive. See if we can do the receive. Yeah, that needs to cool down now because that's really getting warm. So we'll let the transmitter cool down. Button receive. Right. 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 Let's adjust the check the detector and find the fucking wire. Where have you gone? There's the wire. Right. There's the mic. Where's the fucking speaker wires gone? Took them off, so they must be on the other side. No, they can't be. There they are. One of them. Don't know which one's live. We'll go for the white. Put on. We've not gone back onto channel 9, have we? Because we're not getting no receive there. No, that's not right. Yeah, it's gone to channel 9. There you go. Now let's go to Cyanide. Cyanide. Right. Let's adjust these. That'll be a detector. So we'll come back. So it's going to start here. okay. That's okay. Let's see what let's go to auto. At range. There we go. At auto. That's it. That's good. About it. They'll probably be signal meter and shit. Oh no, there's not one on this. They'll probably squelch and whatnot. Well, one will be deviation, one will be squelch. These are transmitter, I'm sure. No, that's receive. I thought they were transmitter. Oh, about right. Where are we down at? Let's come back up to here. 109 dB. Let's turn this up. That's a bit crap, that, to be honest. It was a bit daft. There we go. There we go. Yeah, that's tuned. That's a bit better. That's 15 dB now. Just do the detector. Do the detector. Let's just get this back up to come back to it in a minute, return. That's it. Yeah, we're at 19 now, that's not bad. Right, and 98, but we need to be a bit there we go. Now we need to go to scope. Now let's find out where which is our live. Don't know whether that's it even. No. That's definitely our speaker. That's our live. Now if I disconnect that and then connect that to there, right, turn this up, there we go, turn that down, there we go. Now we can adjust the detector, or the discriminator as some people call it. That's it, it was a bit out. That was a bit out. So let's go back to... Now let's come down, see what we're listening in at now. Right, we're on 114 now for 10 dB decibel cyanide. It's jumping about a bit, but we can hear it at 117. So we'll just go over the... So the detector was well out. We'll just go over this. So we'll just go over this, guys. It's about right. That's not bad. Okay. Not bad. That's about as good as we're going to get. So let's come back to... Let's go to... There you go. Right, so that's about as good as we're going to get. So we're up minus 114.8 decibels cyanide. See, we're going to need lower. Hang on. Yeah, we can still hear it at minus 119. We can still hear it. So, I'd say that's done. Now let's have a look at the transmitter now it's cooled down. Let's have a look at... Turn that down. Let's have a look at the transmitter. .05. That's good enough. On channel 20. Let's check the balance of the power. So we'll go to channel 40. .40. 4.056. Channel 1. 3.95, yeah. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. we could adjust this one here. Right, that's 4 watts. Now let's go to channel 40. Well, that's 4.0 to 4.01. That's not bad. That's balanced it beautifully. That's balanced it beautifully, guys. So we're now a radio that is a 4 watt radio. Let's do 4 watts. Right. Let's come back to camera 3, and I'll try and show you because I can't find the zoomer in there. So I need to just try and show you what we adjusted, because I had to do this by the seat of my pants because we don't have a manual for it at the moment. I will email. I'm not going to be able to show you that, am I? Because I'm not going to be able to fucking zoom in enough, and I don't know where the zoomer inner is. I don't know where the remote is for the zoom. Is it on the other bench? Oh, it's here. So if we can zoom in, guys, I'll show you what I adjusted. I'll show you what I adjusted for various parts of the radio. So if I can get this on the bench a bit further, I'll turn it off so we don't cause any problem. Right, because we don't need it on now because we're done. And I think that horrible noise is the speaker. But right, let's get that out. There we go. Right, move all this lot. Curl all them up after. Put all them. Let's put these back in their proper places. Then we're not worrying about wires. Right, so they're the scope and the audio. Shove them under there. Right, the aerial test set input is there. That's it. Power supply, we'll just leave. Right, so if I put that there, if I can put that there, and then I can zoom in and I can show you guys what I adjusted. Do 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 do. In the German nick, where they hang you by the dick. There we go. Right. The frequency is the control. Round as you have to pull this board out. Oh, hang on. You have to pull this board out to adjust the frequency, and I'll show you. I'll pull it out and show you. Right. You pull that board out, you put it on channel 20, then pull that board, and then you see that control there. That one right there, right behind the crystal. That's for adjusting your frequency, and you want to adjust it. You could adjust it on channel 9 if you wanted. Now, this one here I think is for your driver. Hang on. This one I think is for your driver. This is I think this is your pre-driver here. That's your power. That's your power adjustment, and that one there also is for balancing your power. These two I think are for balancing your power. I'm not 100% sure because I ain't got a manual. Now, receive. Receive is this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. Detector or discriminator is at the back there. These two potentiometers, one's going to be deviation, one's going to be squelch, I think, but I'm not 100% sure. And I think the problem with the reason why we're getting a squawky, squirky speaker with the built-in speaker, I think the reason why we're getting that is because the speaker, the squirky, the speaker's fucked. This could do with being taken apart and resprayed, but we're not going to do it. Why? because, well, there's no need. But I would like to get this all apart and respray it, but we couldn't get all this off, could we? So, you know, what we can do, we can put some of this back. Yeah, I bought some Daniel O'Donnell tapes, guys. £10 for 12 tapes. That's not bad. You know, that's if you like Daniel O'Donnell. Well, I do. I'll be honest, guys, I do like Daniel O'Donnell. So, and I don't mind owning up to that either. I mean, how can you not like Daniel O'Donnell? You know, he's got a very soft voice, he sings very nicely. You know, I think he's not bad. But, let's zoom out a bit because you can't see what I'm doing. So all we're doing now, guys, we're just putting the knobs back on. We'll stick the built-in, that's the channel one we're doing. We'll put the new aerial on in a minute. Come on you, get in there. Come on. Well, we'll put the aerial on when we find a screw for it. So have you all had a good Friday? Mine was quiet, which is what I want. That's it. Right, well that's got to go back on, but we won't put that on until we put, that just sits into there. Surprised actually they haven't gone funny. That sits into the headphone one. And that sits into the external mic one, and then it just sits under there when you put the back on. That's how they work. Right, we need to find a screw for the built-in aerial, for the new aerial we're going to put on, because we don't have a fucking screw to fit the aerial. So we're going to have to find a screw to fit the aerial. And where's the bracket for the aerial? There's the bracket. Make sure we don't lose that. And what we'll do, we'll clean the channel window. There we go. And we'll pop this back in to where it belongs, which is the other side of the board. And it had this on as well. Oh. That went on there for some fucking reason. Don't ask me. Went across the two fucking pins. Don't ask me why, but it went on there for a reason. Don't understand why it was there. Oh, there's one on the other side as well. So obviously, come on you cunt. You have to get it in just the right. Oh, you come here. You have to get it in just the right place. It's probably to stop it sitting down too far. There you go. That goes there. Probably just there's a spacer. And that's that, guys. We can put the rest of the screws back in, because no, we can't, because we've got to put the back on first. Yeah, we've got to put the back on. The back holds the screws in. Yeah, I think it does anyway. I think it does. Just try it with one screw. No, I can't understand. No, I can't understand. Can't understand why women don't like me. No, that one goes in. Some of them do, some of them don't. The way to look at it is at the back. Yeah. Yeah, it's just that one there. Yeah. No, the rest of them go in. No, I don't understand what to do. Do 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 do. We'll put our screws back in, guys. And yeah, that other one there was for the aerial. I think did we have one under the channel selector? Can't remember. No, we didn't. No, we didn't. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. It's that fucker there. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. There you go. It goes in nicely. That's it. Right. We may have to find a new speaker for this. It's going to be easier said than done. Because we're not going to put that together yet because we've got to spray some switch cleaner in. Clean all that. So, and we've got to take the, what do you call it, apart. We've got to take the batteries, the battery cells, all those connectors have got to come out, be cleaned, be put back. Them ones that spat at the bottom, they're going to be easy. It's the ones at the bottom that are the worst. So we're going to sort that out, not now, but yeah, we'll sort that out at some point. I know I want to. Do, 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 do. Yeah, so that's about it, guys. Let's put the knobs back on because we don't want to lose our knobs. And we need to find a screw for the aerial. And that's our on off. That's our squelch. Where's the channel one? Where's the channel knob? Where's the channel knob? It's here somewhere. There it is. No, I don't understand. Doesn't matter where you put the fucking channel knob, it's going anywhere. That's it. And that'll go in there. There we go. And we've got this to take off because we need to clean all these contacts. These have all got to come out, then be glued back in. That's going to be some fun. Job for the old super glue. So we're not going to do them now. We'll do them another night. There you go, push that into there and then push that back into there. Right, so yeah, we're not going to put it fully together, we're just going to put some bits in. Just so we don't lose any of it. There you go. We need to find a speaker for this. I think the speaker's the problem. But, yeah. Could be the speaker, because it works alright on the external speaker. It's the internal speaker that's giving it the problem, so we'll have to see what we can do about it. So if we find something, it's going to be hard. Find a speaker for this, because it's a very, very low profile speaker. So, but that's where we're up to anyway, guys. These have to go back in. And what we'll do to put them in the right place is push them over the socket that they go in. And then push that down. That just rests on there. And it just goes there like that. Just goes like that. And it just tightens up onto them apparently. Yeah, it just tightens up onto them. Yeah. That's how they go. Just tightens up onto them. And there's your... See, we might not have to worry about that screw there because the front will be held on by this. 2 screws there, so we might not have to worry about that. So we might not have to worry about that. But yeah, it's doing the 4 watts anyway, guys. And what we'll do probably, I don't know, we'll have an extra night in the shack where we'll do the other one. Probably do the other one Wednesday. We'll do the other one Wednesday. Let's just zoom out. Let's turn the test set off because we don't need the test set on now. Turn the test set off. I do actually, guys, run a self-test on the test set once a month. I always do it once a month. Run a self-test. Just to make sure everything's right, it always is. Yeah, fancy picking up fucking channel 19 on my test set. Yeah, I mean, I can live with that, you know, because when you're actually using it, it doesn't do it. You know, yeah, you have to give it a clap. I don't want to belt my test set, but yeah, that's pretty, you know, I mean, it doesn't do it all the time, that, it just does it occasionally. I just turn the volume down. When I'm not using the audio part of the test set, I turn it down anyway. I love it when the hardest part is trying to get it apart, yeah. Quite in here this evening, everyone watching the Long Good Friday, probably. Yeah. Yeah, well, you know, I'm not going to say, I know who one of them is, I'm not going to say who it is. But I know who one of them is. But it doesn't happen that often, it's the first time it's ever happened. You know, but yeah, it was picking, yeah, because that's basically a receiver. You know, that's basically a receiver, that. So, you know, it's basically a receiver to all intents and purposes. It is a receiver, so it will pick up. You know, it will pick up. So it will pick up signals. You know, it will pick up certain signals. Because to all intents and purposes, it's a receiver. Anyway, guys. And when I say anyway, it doesn't mean I'm going. Let's turn the soldering iron off. And what we'll do, we'll come back over to the chat. I've had a bit of an issue with my hip, as you all know, guys. Scraps has been alright since. His arse has been good. Yeah, he's been farting proper, you know. Yeah, my electric's running out as well. Let's see about this. Because this is telling me I'm low. I've got money for it, but this is telling me I'm low. I did my shopping last week, guys. I did my shopping today, should I say. And what I did last time I got paid, I've got a bonus card with Iceland. And what I did, I put, well, they call it a bonus card, but it's more like a savings. And what I did, my shopping money for this month, I put on my card last month. Your credit is running low. Yeah, I'm on £4.98. That'll last me till tomorrow. But what I can do, right, the emergency credit's not available yet, so I can't top it, I can't put it on yet. I've got £14 on my gas and £4.98 on my electric. That £4.98, believe it or not, guys, that'll last me till tomorrow. That'll do me till tomorrow. So, you know, I'm alright. Because everywhere's open tomorrow, so I'll get some. Anyway, well, I won't, because, you know, you start doing shit like that, you start ending up in bother. So, you know, you start getting your electric cut off, and so it's a bit of a bad suggestion, because, you know, I've got a smart meter and they can monitor the fuckers, I believe. So I'd end up getting my electric turned off. And believe it or not, guys, I've been down that road before many, about 30 years ago. 1987. I ended up down that road. And I don't want to end up like that again. No fucking electric. Don't end up with no electric again. So I don't intend to do that. I'll just put my money on tomorrow. My money for the month, I'll put it on tomorrow. Andy, remember what I do for a job? I know how to do it invisibly, but was tongue in cheek. I used to do it years ago. I mean, you know, I used to put people on the wire years ago. Of course I did. You know, I used to put people on the wire, as we used to call it. We used to put them on the wire. Just loop 1 and 4. The neutral didn't have to be looped. Just loop 1 and 4. Because it was the relay that switched it on and off. It was only switched on. It was only switched on 1 and 4. It only switched 1 and 4, so if you loop 1 and 4, the power came back on again. You know. But I wouldn't risk it. I mean, I wouldn't, Clarence. I mean, not Clarence, Martin. I wouldn't risk it, mate, because, you know, why? You know, and I'm nearly 60. I'm too old to go to prison. You know, I don't want to go to prison. You know, I'm too old for that. So, you know, I need to have a shave because somebody said to me yesterday, you need a shave. My friend Pugwash. So what we'll do, we'll start with this. And we'll have a scrape. There we go, guys. A live shave. Yeah, I was reading about that, what do you call it today, guys? The Act of Parliament. I think it's an Act of Parliament on transvestites not being able to use services for women. I think it's right. I mean, I wouldn't, if I was, you know, I'm a guy, and if a woman dressed as a fella came into the public toilet where I was there, I wouldn't be too happy with that. I really wouldn't. You know? I mean, I'm not going to say too much on it because whatever I say I'll be wrong. But I just think on that note I'm out. I think I think power bastard, yeah. I have trans friends, they're being targeted. I don't know. It's an argument I'm always going to win, guys. Because basically, if you're born a woman, then that's what you should be. If you're biologically a man, then you should be a man. You shouldn't go having things modified. Sorry guys, but that's how I feel about it. Don't care who's got friends that are like, I've got friends that are like that. But, you know, I don't think they're being targeted. I think what they do is right. But then again, there's always going to be people that will argue that against me. Don't bother me that. You know. Like I say, I wouldn't feel comfortable if I was having a piss and a woman came into the gents dressed as a fella. You know. I don't think they're being targeted. I think what's being done is right. You know, if you're not biologically born a man, then you shouldn't have the right to use the gents. Sorry guys, but that's the way it is. And I've always felt like that, and I'm always going to feel like that. But I've nothing against them generally. You know. I mean, I don't agree. You know, I mean, I agree with what I'm saying, but I just don't. I mean, if my wife, if I had a girlfriend or a wife, or even my daughter, and they went into the ladies, and a bloke followed them in dressed as a woman, I wouldn't be happy with that.
You know, I think basically, guys, so this is one of those moments where you take it or leave it, because I couldn't really give a shit. If you're born a man, then that's what you are. Whether your body, I don't care what your fucking brain tells you. Look inside your underpants. That's all the information you'll ever need. I don't think they're being targeted. I think what's been done is right. Yeah, about time and all. I mean, men are physically different to women, no matter what they do. You know, they're biologically different. I mean, I've got friends that are of that persuasion, but they'll just have to use it if they want to try and be women. They'll just have to use the gents from now on, won't they? You know, they'll have to go in the gents like I do. I mean, it wouldn't bother me if I saw one in the gents. You know, if I saw a guy in the gents dressed up like a woman, it wouldn't bother me. I might find it a bit peculiar, but it wouldn't bother me. Me and Christine used to go in a pub years ago in Stockport called Byron's, and when I first moved up here, before we got married, when I first moved up here, and I liked the karaoke in there. They had a really, really good karaoke. Anyway, this particular week, Christine says to me, she says, I'm going to see some friends of ours. So I said, okay. She says, I'm meeting in Byron's. I said, all right. She said, I said, order me a drink about 9 o'clock. I said, okay. About 10 to 9, I went to the bar. And I stood there, this fucking bloke put his hand on my arse. I just looked at him squarely. I says, oi. I said, get your hand off me fucking arse, you dirty bastard. He just put his hand on my arse, you know, for no apparent, and I didn't know him. I mean, if it was a friend, and he come in the pub and he's winding me up and grabbed my arse, which has happened, you know, that's a different matter. But you know, that's a bit of fun. But no. I wouldn't say they were being targeted. But I mean, I got rid of a few guys off here because they were treating my channel as a gay man's meeting channel. So I weeded them out. I got rid of about fucking 10 of them or something like that. They were all trying to exchange emails and shit on my channel, and fuck that. You know, at the end of the day, guys, there you go. Be what you want to be, is my opinion. You know, it really is. But you know, if you're a man that wants to be a woman, then don't go in the ladies because you're not biologically a woman. Is what they're saying. You know, you can't go in the ladies because you're not biologically a woman. You can't participate in women's sports or go to women's prisons because you're not biologically a woman. You're a man. No matter what you have done, you're still a man at the end of the day. Or, in the occasion, a woman. You know, but anyway, let's leave that there. I dare say there are people that might want to comment on that, but, you know, because we talk about anything on here. But I just don't think it's, You know, like I say, guys, I wouldn't. Yeah, we're down to 4 people. They're being targeted. No, they're not. They're just being told. They are just being told that if they are a man, then they can't use the women's toilets, or play in women's sports, or go to women's prisons. Which is right. You know. I mean, yeah. You know, the way I look at it, guys, right, the way I look at it, I've got nothing against anybody. I believe in the philosophy of live and let live. What people do in their own home, what you do in your own home is up to you. You know, what you do in your own home, that's down to you. But you shouldn't do it in public. And a lot of them do. And you know, a lot of transgenders do that. You know, so at the end of the day, no, I think it's right what they're doing, guys. I mean, I don't expect all of you to agree with me, but you know, those that don't agree with me, are they of that persuasion? Makes you wonder. But I've got nothing, you know, I've got nothing against them as long as they leave me alone. But yeah, I wouldn't be very happy. I'll say this, guys, I'm not being horrible or bigoted or anything. I'm nowhere near any of that. But if I was in the toilet, if I was stood in the gents having a slash, and somebody dressed and a woman dressed as a fella came in, I think I would find it very embarrassing. I wouldn't like it. You know, it just wouldn't sit right with me. You know. No, wouldn't sit right with me, guys. I'm sorry, but it just wouldn't. But you know, at the end of the day, it's another matter in it. We don't make the rules; we only obey them. As such, you know, I don't mind. So people can be what they want for me, as long as it doesn't come to me. You know, as long as they don't try and force themselves on me, or whatever, which they don't. I mean, I've got friends. There's 2 guys over the road. You know, 2 guys over the road, 2 gay guys over the road. I get on great with them. Friends of mine. I get on really well. I know a few in this area, and I get on all right. So I don't have a problem. And it's, you know, but I do agree with that. If you're born a man, then you should use a gents. Sorry, guys, but that's my feeling. It is open for discussion. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Hey, we've not seen our 2 regular lovely ladies for a few nights. I hope you're alright, Karen, and I hope you're alright, Julie, honey. I hope everybody who's not coming tonight, I hope they're all okay. I hope you've all had a good lazy Saturday, as I call it. A lazy Friday. Good Friday. Don't know what's good about it, but I hope you've all had a good Friday. A good Friday. I hope you all have a really good Easter. I'll be back this way tomorrow. Now tomorrow, guys, we're back in the Vintage Electronics Workshop, but I'm doing a special tomorrow. I've got a guy bringing an ITT record player, and I'm not going to go into it much, but it needs doing, and it needs doing quick, and it needs doing there and then tomorrow night, and it needs collecting on Sunday, because the guy's not a well man. All I'll say is not well, and he wants to enjoy this thing as long as he's got the chance to. It's been here before. It came in to have some major repairs done on it a good few years ago. It was about 5 or 6, maybe 7 years ago it was last in. And it's coming in because it's got a dodgy balance control, so we're going to do that on bench 2 tomorrow, maybe even bench 1, we'll see. But we're going to do that tomorrow. And so join me in the Vintage Electronics Repair Workshop. And we'll get that done tomorrow for him. And he can take it back and he can keep enjoying it for as long as he's got. Which is as long as possible, obviously. Anyway guys, you all take it easy. Thank you very much for coming in. Please like, share, subscribe. Tell all your friends, and take what I say with a pinch of salt. You know, you all take it easy, and I'll be back tomorrow. Thank you very much. All my radio friends and everyone else, bye for now.